Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Cheryl. Thank you very much for joining me. Um, if you're a new viewer, welcome. Hi. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. I have gotten a couple new subscribers, so welcome. I'm so excited that you're here with me. Today is March 2nd, which today is Monday, March 2nd, 2020. And does anybody, okay, I got something to say. I just thought of this. 2020, I always call 2020, but 2019, I always call 2019, not 2019. So why is that? Why do I call it 2020? I don't know. You would think I would call it 2020 after all those years of calling it. It's weird. Anyways, welcome. This is kind of turning into a book channel, but it does have crafts in it as well. And if you're looking for a crafty video, hopefully in the next week I'll be doing one. I don't have a lot of knitting and crocheting to show you, although I do have a little bit. So I have to finish one project before I could do that video. So stay tuned for that. This is a bookish video. It is going to be a book haul. And I also have a life update that's kind of exciting for me. Maybe not for you, but exciting for me. So let's start off with the life update real quick because I'm very excited about this. I got a job. I am babysitting again. I'm looking after 6 children altogether, but 3 from 2 different families. And so I'm looking after twin 5-year-olds, so 2 children, 5 days a week after school. They go to kindergarten. They go to the school nearby me. So I walk over, pick them up, and we walk back to my place. So I look after them 2 hours a week, or 2 hours a day, 5 days a week. And then, because school gets out at 2:30, and I look after them till 4:30, and I'm really enjoying that. It's they're very hyper kids, but they're fun. Had to deal with a temper tantrum on Friday. That wasn't fun, but we got through it, so yay. By the end of the 2 hours, I was dead tired. I swear, I don't know how parents do it. I looked after like twin 5-year-olds that talk loud at the same time at everything, and they're trying to get the point across so they get louder and louder. It's like, guys, one at a time. Anyways, and the temper tantrum wasn't fun. It was in the middle of my hallway in my apartment building, so a couple of my neighbors came out and frowned at me, but I mean, what are you gonna do? They're kids, every kid goes through it, so, well, most kids go through it anyways. So, we dealt with that and got that dealt with, and then we had fun the rest of the day, so. But by the end of the 2 hours, I was dead tired. I don't know how people do it. I don't know. Anyways, and then Wednesday nights, I also look after her 4-year-old daughter. So 2 5-year-olds and a 4-year-old. So I look after the twins after school 5 days a week. And then I look after all 3 kids at their house in the Wednesday evenings till 8 o'clock. So kind of busy. And then I also have another job on it's not set times, but it's at 5 o'clock in the morning, but it's not set dates. So it's whenever she needs me. And it's the people I used to babysit for, and so they wanted me back. So I'm going to be doing that from 5 till about 7:30 in the morning, and so yeah, that's an early morning. And so last Thursday I did that, and this Thursday, excuse me, I'm gonna sneeze. I've got a cold. Okay, I'm not gonna sneeze. Don't you hate that when you feel like you're gonna sneeze but you don't, and then it comes at the most awful time, and you're like, oh man. Anyways, yeah, I've got a little bit of a cold, if you can't tell by my voice. It's not too bad, but I'm a little stuffed up. Um, Probably from the kids, because I go to the school to pick up the kids, and that's just a cesspool of germs, I tell you. There's so many flus and bugs going around in that school. It's ridiculous. So I kind of expected to get a cold. But anyways, oh, and my heart goes out to anyone suffering from the coronavirus, whatever it's called. My heart goes out to you. I heard that 2 people recently died in Washington, which is quite near me in Canada. Like, I know Washington's the U.S., but it's right near BC. So that's kind of scary. And everybody in the foreign countries, and we did have, I think, 3 people in Ontario have been, they haven't died, but they've got the virus. So that's scary. That's really scary. I mean, Ontario is a different province than me, but Washington is just across the border from us. So it's pretty scary. And don't worry, I don't have it, but I'm just saying, my heart goes out to everyone who's suffering from it and who has lost someone from it. My heart goes out to you. I'm sorry about that. I don't It's scary, it really is, but you're all in my thoughts and prayers. I pray for everyone every day, and let's hope it gets a cure. That'd be really cool. Anyways, that was off topic, but what was I saying? So I just have a bit of a cold. It's not anything serious. It's not bronchitis or the other virus or anything. It's just me, just a cold. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh yes, so I look after three other kids from 5 to 7:30 in the morning, and or 8 in the morning, and 7:30, 8 o'clock, somewhere around there. So this Thursday I'll be doing that. So Wednesday night I babysit, then Thursday morning I babysit at 5 a.m. I take a cab there because there's no bus here that runs that early, and I'm not walking. So um, that's fun. But the kids stay in bed till 7:15. So really I just have to get them up, get them dressed, um, get them ready for school and daycare, and then that's it. That's all I have to do. And then their mom picks us up, takes me home, takes the little one to daycare, and takes the older ones to school. So works out perfectly. I don't like getting up early. Well, I don't mind getting up early. It's just the night before I don't usually sleep because I'm too excited. I get excited when I know I'm going to be babysitting. It's kind of scary though because the youngest one, she's 3 years old, and she's been having seizures, so that's kind of scary. But I mean, I know what to do basically if she has a seizure. I've been trained and all that, so I know what to do. But it's still kind of scary, a 3-year-old having seizures. That's not good. They don't think it's epilepsy, but they're doing some brain scans and stuff soon to see what's going on. But she's had 3 seizures in the last, I think she said 5 months. Not good. So I don't know if they were like grand mal or petite mal, but I mean, a 3-year-old is not good. So yeah, if you guys can keep her in the prayers, I'd appreciate it. Anyways, okay, let's move on. That's kind of depressing to end on, but I did get 2 jobs, so I'm very excited about that. Some extra cash, I get to spend time with kids, and I realize now how much I've missed spending time with kids. I just love it. The lady I used to babysit for, Kendra's mom, my little sweetheart's mom, she calls me a big responsible kid because I get right on their level and play with them. And I get on the floor. It's hard getting up again from the floor when you're old. It's very hard. But I sit on the floor and I play with them, and I get them excited and stuff, but I'm still responsible, like I get them dinner and I make sure they're safe, and they don't argue and stuff. So I'm responsible, but I'm also a big kid, so it's fun. I enjoyed. I missed it so much. Even the temper tantrums, I miss it. So I'm excited. Anyways, my book haul. So I went to the Dollarama store today to pick up some coloring books and crafts and stuff for the kids to do when they're at my house for the twins. They're boy-girl twins. And so while I was there checking all that out, they have so many cool crafts for kids these days. Oh my gosh, I wish they had those when I was a kid because they are so cool. Just saying, they're just amazing. I want to walk out with every single thing, but I didn't. Aren't you proud of me? I didn't. I only spent 25 bucks, so yay. And they weren't all $1. I don't know why it's called Dollarama when they cost like $4, but whatever. So while I was there, I found a book that I read from the library, and I actually listened to the audiobook from Overdrive, and I loved it. And I wanted to get the book, but it cost so much. But this one, I can never find it at a really good price. But I found it at Dollarama for $3. I was so excited. It's called Sometimes I Lie by Alice Feeney. This book, just to let you know, it has there's a lot of trigger warnings for this book. Trigger warning for a very graphic rape scene, which I found difficult reading, and I don't usually find things like that difficult. But this one, the situation happened in a place that, I don't want to spoil it, but it was in a place that I've been before, and like an actual location, and it was something I always feared happening to me while I was in that place. If you read it, you know what I mean, where this rape happens. And I don't want to tell you because it's a spoiler, but yeah, it was very difficult for me to read. But this book was really, really good. It's a psychological thriller, adult thriller. And just let me read the first page because it is amazing. I don't know if I'm going to get copyrighted for this, but okay, the first page right here. says, "My name is Amber Reynolds. There are 3 things you should know about me. 1, I'm in a coma. 2, my husband doesn't love me anymore. 3, sometimes I lie." Ooh, it's a really good book. And the last line of this book, the last paragraph, but especially the last line of this book, I literally wanted to like die. I was like, no, it can't end this way. Like, and the plot twists, oh my gosh, the plot twists were so good. There's 2 major plot twists in it, and the first one shook me. I was like, oh my goodness, I cannot believe this. So it's a really good book. But again, it's got trigger warnings for rape especially, and it is a psychological thriller, so there's some, well, obviously there's lying in it, and there's some things that people might find difficult to read if you have psychological problems. I didn't find it difficult because I do have mental disabilities, but I know real from fiction kind of things, so I'm able to handle it. Some people may not be able to handle it, and I totally understand, and it's not your fault if you can't. It's no big deal. A few years ago, like maybe 5 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to read this and be able to handle it because of my mental illnesses, but now I'm more under control, so I can handle it. But the rape scene was very difficult for me to read. And I didn't mean to laugh. I don't mean it in a bad, like, I laugh when I get upset about something. I laugh, so I either laugh or cry, so I'd rather laugh on video than cry. So the rape scene was very hard for me to read. But other than that, excellent book. And the rape scene was very well written. Like, if it got that emotion from me, it was well written. So if that doesn't bother you, I recommend this book. And again, I got it for $3. So yay. Then I came home and I got a parcel in the mail, and I forgot I ordered some books from Book Outlet. So I'm very excited about that. First one I got is The Gallery. Can we just look at this cover? Look at that cover. It's all shiny and gorgeous. Now, this is by Laura Marks Fitzgerald, and she is the author of Under the Egg, it says. I've never read that book. Never read this book. But when I read the synopsis online, it looked so good. And when I got it today, I was talking to a friend of mine, and I told him that I thought it was a YA fantasy. It's not. It is an adult mystery based on real-life events that happened in the 1920s. So it's a Roaring Twenties book. So I'm thinking of reading this for March into History readathon. So, and let's look. This Sometimes I Lie is a soft cover, so there's nothing inside. But let's look at the naked book, because you got to appreciate this. Look at this color. It's purple, and it's just so beautiful. And it's got gold on the thing. It's got the little house there. It's just so beautiful. I love naked covers. I never used to be one that, bought books based on covers. But this, I have to admit, was a total cover buy. Because look at it. Isn't it gorgeous? Oh, let's try to get it out of the dark. Look at that. And then when I read it was from the Roaring Twenties, I love mysteries that happened there because it was just such a amazing time period in history. And I'm looking forward to reading that. I'm going to start it today. Then I found a Sarah Dessen book for pretty cheap. I think it was only $1 or $2 on Book Outlet. So I thought I'd collect them because I love Sarah Dessen. I've listened to 4 of her books on audio, and I love them. They're not the type of book I would read over and over again, but for a palate cleanser, I can't talk. A palate cleanser, I would definitely read them again, but just it's not one I'll pick up anytime I feel like reading. It's more one I'll read when my mind's not working. It's a really easy book to read, and this is Once and For All by Sarah Dessen. And the price is $11.98. I did not pay that. I paid, if you don't know about Book Outlet, it is a perfect place. It has really cheap books. And they're really good quality, like really good quality. They have a little mark on the bottom of their books, but that's all. That's the only thing that's different. And yeah, so I don't remember what this one was about. Oh, right. Okay, so this one I did enjoy. I knew I read it. I just can't remember which one it was. This one is about a girl whose mother is a wedding planner, and she helps out with a wedding. She meets a boy. She doesn't believe in happily ever afters, and then she meets Ambrose, and Her name is Luna? It's spelled Louna, but I think it's Luna. Anyways, it's a YA romance. It just looks good. I've read it before and enjoyed it. I listened to it on audio. So I'm going to start collecting these when they go on sale in Book Outlet because I do love Sarah Dessen. She's a really easy book. Her writing is really easy to understand, really easy to read. It's a YA romance. It doesn't have... I did read one book where it had sex in it, but it wasn't graphic or anything. It was just there. And it was like behind closed doors kind of thing. She said what was happening and then just stopped it and went to the next day kind of thing. So, but this one is really good. She does deal a lot in her books with issues. There's one book she wrote where she dealt with school violence, like gun shooting, what's it called? Like gun shootings in school shootings. That's what I'm trying to think of. There's one book that deals with school shootings, and it was very emotional. I think that was the book that had sex in it. I don't remember. But it was a really good book, too. So I totally recommend Sarah Dessen. She deals with grief a lot in her books. I don't remember what she deals with in this book, but I'm sure there's something emotional in it. I do get emotional reading her books, and they're very easy to read, so I recommend this. So Once and For All by Sarah Dessen. And the last book I'm very excited about, because I've been wanting this hardcover for so long, but I can never find it on Book Outlet for cheap. I got this for, I think it was $8, $7.99 or $6.99, which is a really good deal. I got Wondersmith, The Calling of Morgan Crow by Jessica Townsend. I'm very excited to read this. I've read this before. The third book is coming out in... It's called Hollowpox, and it's coming out in September, I think. I'm the first person in line to get it from the library, and when it goes on Book Outlet for cheap in probably 6 or 7 months, maybe a year, I will buy it. But I've got the first book, which is The Trials of Morgan Crow, not Wondersmith. Nevermore, The Trials of Morgan Crow. This is Wondersmith, the sequel. Sorry. This is probably my favorite middle grade book so far. I've been trying to read more middle grade, and this one takes place at a boarding school, which I found I love that trope. So it's got fantasy, and it is more... A lot of people compare Nevermore, the first book, to Harry Potter. This one I would compare to Harry Potter more than Nevermore. Nevermore was, to me, more like Alice in Wonderland. Nobody compares it to that, but to me, it felt more like Alice in Wonderland to me, not Harry Potter. It was nothing like Harry Potter to me. This one, because it happens in a boarding school that deals with magic, it does kind of seem like Harry Potter. Not at all the same storyline. It's totally different. So if you enjoyed Harry Potter, I would recommend this series. But it's totally different, but it's got the same kind of imagination put into it. It has a large talking cat, and it has one of my favorite things is, I forget what they call it, but it's like a train, and to ride it, you hook your umbrella onto the like wires, and you travel that way, and then you jump off. It's pretty cool. So I'm really looking forward to rereading this. I'm going to read Nevermore. I do have Nevermore, like I said. I'm going to read Nevermore and then Wondersmith just before Hollowpox comes out, and I get it from the library. We usually get it about 3 or 4 weeks after it's published into our local library. So I'm going to get it then. Like I said, I'm first in line for Hollowpox. So I'm going to read these before September and then read Hollowpox. So I'm really excited. And the naked cover is really pretty too. It's got just white inside, but look at that. Isn't that pretty? I love it. Oh, and I should show you the naked color to this one, the Sarah Dessen book, because look at this. It's bright pink inside. I love pink. And then it's a really pretty purple again. I don't know, purple's in, I guess. And then the spine, let's see if I can get it pretty. It's pink, like a rose gold kind of color. I don't know if I can show it to you. Let's focus it. There, you can kind of see it. Whoops! You can kind of see it. It's pink. It's very pretty. So I got those books. Man, I've been talking for 20 minutes almost already. My goodness. I'm so sorry this video is so long. But I'm excited about these books. I'm excited about my new job. I have to clean up today I have a bunch of books that I bought for the kids for the kids I look after years ago. And so I brought those out. So it's a good thing I saved them because they like reading. So I brought those out, and I'll be going to the library on Thursday probably. So I'll get some more books from there for the kids because they do like reading and they love crafts and stuff. So I'm going to set up my table and clean that all off so the kids have somewhere they can play and do crafts. And yeah, I'm excited. I have to pick them up in about an hour and a half. So, or maybe more than that. I don't know what time it is. Have a great day, everyone. God bless you in all you do. Thank you for joining me. Have a great day. Bye.